Ho ho buddies, Multiple Line Games, I'm Gareth and today we're playing Return to Shironagasu Island. Last time we got to the island eventually. Naniko is really sick. We got sent to our rooms. We met a bunch of new characters, one of which is Scottish, who I probably won't be doing much of a Scottish accent for, but I'll be going Ochno sometimes. We go to our room, we investigate the room, we open the window, and it is so high up with strong gusts of wind that it kind of flung my arm open, if you know that kind of window. If you're ever like in a tall building, or like if you're ever in when you were at school and you went to the top floor and opened the window there and it kind of pulled it open. I guess it was that kind of affair. We looked up and it seemed like Naniko had also been pulled when she opened the window, but she'd nearly been pulled out the window, so I had to run up and save her. And now we've got her inside, she's safe, and now we're going to see what lunch is. Looks like lunch is ready. Let's go. Hey, what's wrong?
My legs are paralysed from the shock. Give me a piggyback.
Huh. Yeah, right. I'll see you at lunch.
No, wait. I said, wait, don't leave me.
Did I just leave her? Oh. Is there going to be a twist that Naniko doesn't exist? I've just realised. I think it's going to be a twist that Naniko doesn't exist and she's like a ghost. And that's why she doesn't interact with anybody really. Sometimes she has interacted with the person on the boat though. Interesting. Whew, that might not be a thing. But keep in mind that I thought it. I did think it. Phew. It's the first time I tried to open one of these doors. It's much harder than I expected that it would be. Can't we just leave these doors open?
Wait for me.
Naniko slides underneath the descending door. Hey, that's dangerous. I grab the wheel to stop the door from dropping any lower. The door was just starting to move downwards, so I could still stop it, but I might not have been able to do so a second later.
You idiot. Leave me behind like that.
That was dangerous. You could have been sliced in half by this door. Be more careful. You're almost a Naniko sandwich.
Even if I get sliced in half and die, it'll be your fault, Ikeda.
That's some really messed up logic, Naniko. I'm at a loss for words. We just go to the lounge together. The rain has made the bridge even wetter than before. The rain has made the bridge is even wetter than before. No is. The cobblestones are rough, so it's not too slippery. The splashing rain does soak my trousers. Soaks my trousers. Is that Scottish?
It's so cold. Hurry up and open. It's a bit faster, Slowpoke.
I'm going as fast as I can. Maybe you're freezing, but I'm working up quite a sweat here. There's a couple of typos in this game, isn't there? Speaking of which, that butler Vincent turned the wheel with ease. Either he's used to operating them, or he's much stronger than he looks.
I've been expecting you, Mr. Higgins. Please follow me. The dining hall is this way.
Hey, Abby. Could you do something about the doors or the bridge? Doors at the bridge. They're ridiculously hard to open. Can't you just leave them open?
The doors? That is strange. I made sure that the doors were left open before inviting our guests to come here.
My sincere apologies. I'll lock them in place when I open them. If the doors happen to be closed again, please let me know. Thank you, but I should not ask you to do such hard work.
Think nothing of it. It is my job, after all.
Abby gives me a faint smile. Does she? How wonderful. Just how a maid should be. Hey, did you hear that, Naniko? You should become her apprentice.
Don't involve me all of a sudden. Oh, will ya?
So this is the dining hall. Thomas is over there. Looks like nobody else has arrived yet. Mr. Higgins, this is your seat. Miss Izumozaki, please sit over here. Oh boy, it seems that the seating order has already been decided. Naniko has difficulties eating in front of people. The seat in front of me is empty, so I should swap seats with her, or I could just let her struggle. Naniko reluctantly takes her seat. Thomas is the only other guest who's already arrived. It's a good opportunity to get some information out of him. And even if I can't, it would kill time. My apologies, Thomas. I must appear a bit more like a fish out of water. I was suddenly asked to become a representative, so I'm not quite used to this place. Don't mention it, Mr. Higgins. Actually, I know how you feel. I can never get used to the atmosphere here. I see, so you've been here before? Yes, that's right. He appears to be on his guard. I should make him feel at ease with small talk before trying to extract information from him. I've heard that Sir Raymond is a rather strange person. The entire building appears to have a peculiar atmosphere. I was especially surprised by that eerie painting here in the dining hall. Would you happen to know anything about it, Thomas?
Well, like I said before, it's a cookie-cutter shark. A small, squaliform shark species of the Dalatiidae family. Its specific name is Icystus brasiliensis.
Nanako is jabbering even though I didn't ask her. Yes, I know that, dummy. I'm only making some small talk so that I can extract information from Thomas. Just bite your tongue already. I was surprised at first, but I was told that it was a painting of a shark. I don't know much about it, but Sir Raymond appears to be rather fond of that kind of shark. He sure has an unusual taste. That painting is creepy. One could even call it demonic. Speaking of which, I heard someone mention a legendary creature here called the Demon of Shironagasu Island. Do you think that this so-called demon could actually be that shark? The Demon of Shironagasu Island? No, I don't know. I can't say I've ever heard of it. Huh? Thomas is clearly flustered. His face just turned red. He appears to be hiding something. However, I was not expecting that he would become this flustered. Is there something about this Demon of Shironagasu Island that I don't know about yet? Where do you live, Mr. Higgins? Huh, that's a totally unrelated question. Thomas is clearly trying to change the subject. Me, in Brooklyn, New York. I live in a nice villa with a gorgeous night view of the Manhattan skyline. Nico gives me a smug look. Yeah, I lied, but not completely. I can see a part of the Manhattan from my office, though. Just an innocent white lie. My, you're making me envious. I only have the opportunity to go to New York occasionally for medical conferences. It sure is a great city. Medical conferences? Does that mean that... good day, Mr. Higgins, Mr. Harrington and Nico. It appears I've arrived early. There's the Scottish one. Hey, Akira. Isn't Giselle with you? Akira gives me a sour look. I'm not a child, so we're not together all the time, Mr. Higgins. For some reason, she sounds rather hostile. I wonder why. Did I somehow annoy her without realizing it? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I've dashed past her. After a moment of awkward silence, Giselle appears. Forgive my tardiness, Miss Akira. It's alright, Giselle. Do you find what you're looking for? Did you find what you're looking for? Scottish, isn't it? Yes, it was inside that bag. A short while later, I noticed Alex and Aurora sitting on the seats at the back. Alex looked like he was trying to avoid the others. Hello, everyone. Oh, were we the last to arrive? With Jacob and Riel joining the group, all of the guests have gathered. Still, there's no sign of Sir Raymond. Hang on, there's something strange about this scene. I wonder what it is. What's weird about this scene? Never mind. Looks like Jacob is already holding a wine glass. That guy's a real alcoholic. I see that everyone has gathered. Allow me to serve you your meal. My master Sir Raymond will be joining you shortly. As the food is being prepared, I can't help but notice that Thomas is looking at his watch anxiously. If you'll excuse me for a second. Weird. I wonder where he's going.
I think he's going to the bathroom. He was fidgeting.
Nineko's ability to remember things is impressive. However, observing people is not her strong suit. She can't even look them in the eyes, so she misses any nuances. You should pay more careful attention. Thomas kept looking at his watch, so he has something going on at a certain time. There's not much to do on this island, though. I wonder what he's up to.
As if I know. I bet he's meeting someone.
Meeting someone? But everyone from our group is right here. The only person missing is Sir Raymond, but I can't imagine that Thomas and Sir Raymond will be secretly meeting at this time. Food is being served, but Thomas still hasn't returned. Nico doesn't seem to mind, as nobody is sitting in front of her, and she doesn't appear to be very fond of Thomas. Hey, Nico, your hair's so long. Where'd you have it cut? Scottish?
Hey, oh.
Akira's talking to Nico in a slightly unpleasant way. Nico appears to be panicking hysterically and is shaking all over. What's up with ye? There's no need to panic. You'll have to forgive her. She's not much of a people person. My apologies. I wasn't aware of that. I hope you'll get used to people soon. As in, I hope you'll want to get used to people. Akira appears to be quite arrogant as she speaks. Is she drinking wine? I wonder if she's drunk. Did ye know, Mr. Higgins? In England, one can drink from the age of 16 years, as long as there's a guardian present. I found wine to be most delightful. I'm not sure if Akira noticed my glance, but she immediately begins to talk about the drinking age of wine. We're in Alaska in the United States, though. The last time I heard, Alaska wasn't part of the United Kingdom. And Giselle is your guardian. Everything in moderation, I guess.
Can I have some wine too?
Nico stares at the wine glass in front of her. Not on my watch. Be a good girl and drink your grape juice instead.
Meanie.
It's been a while since lunch started, but Thomas hasn't returned. No sign of Sir Raymond either. Suddenly Vincent appears, carrying a large phonograph. Please remain seated, everyone. My master, Sir Raymond, originally intended to address all of you in person, but there's been a sudden change of plans. Allow me to play his message to you on this phonograph. Recorded? I wonder why Sir Raymond doesn't come himself. Sir Raymond is somewhat whimsical. This is not unusual for him. But he did invite us to come to this island, so this is probably an important message. Oh, hang on. That was that was Jacob, I think. It appears that Mr. Harrington is not here. However, I was told to proceed on time, so I'll play the recording without him present. Everyone, you have my sincere gratitude for coming all the way to Shironagasu Island. I wonder if the sound coming from the phonograph was distorted when it was recorded, or if the phonograph is defective. There have been serious concerns about the absolute secrecy of the island. Someone has broken our pact. I cannot forgive who did this. I have discovered. Information. Truth. Traitor. Invitation letter. Hey, you've got to be kidding. I didn't understand any of that. As soon as Jacob blurts that out. Is that... There's a traitor among you. Suddenly the voice is clear as day, very different from the distorted recording that played before. The eerie tone of the voice appears to put everyone on edge. The phonograph plays an incoherent string of sounds and then stops playing. And thus concludes my master's message. Although he's trying hard not to show it, I can see that even Vincent was taken aback by the recorded message. Sir Raymond is really overdoing it with his jokes. A traitor among us? That's ridiculous. There's no point in having such a charade even if it were true. Jacob mutters his frustration, clearly visible.
It appears the message has ended. I shall take my leave. I wish you all a good day. Let's go, Giselle.
Scottish, remember? Akira leaves with a perplexed look on her face. Giselle scurrying after her.
How about we also get out of here?
Nico appears to be deflated by the atmosphere of this place and is tugging at my sleeve. I might be able to find out some more things if I stay here, though. What should I do? Stay. No, let's stay here a bit longer so I can talk to people.
I don't think you should.
Jacob, do you have a moment? Mr. Higgins, come to think of it, your background is rather obscure. Could you be the traitor, I wonder? What, are you serious? I just can't believe you would even consider that. I'm not only suspicious of you, Mr. Higgins, I'm suspicious of the others as well. Especially those who came here as representatives. I'm certain that one of them is the traitor. I guess Nanika was right and this guy is a snake.
Like I said, let's go already.
Yeah, let's make a quiet exit.
What was all that about? And what an unpleasant atmosphere. He was talking about a traitor.
Yes, it definitely felt nasty. Looks like the invitation was some kind of bait for drawing the traitor out. But I don't know. Even if there is a traitor, I don't think that he or she would be stupid enough to come to this island.
But it'd be suspicious if someone didn't come to the island. Did he invite everyone because of that?
That's true, but the traitor could have used a representative. But with the exception of Thomas and Jacob, aren't all of the other guests representatives? And what kind of betrayal would took place anyway?
Could Mr. Higgins have been the traitor? Perhaps racked with guilt he took his own life.
Shh. You don't mince your words, do you? I'll admit, it lies within the realm of possibilities. But if that's the case, we'll just have to throw in the towel. However, I don't think that it's possible to find out who the traitor is by asking representatives who don't know anything about this island. Could Sir Raymond have his suspicions about who the traitor might be? I've no idea. I need to clear my mind.
Let's just go back to our rooms. This place gives me the creeps.
You're right. We should go back before continuing this conversation. Huh? Hang on. Don't tell me that the door is shut again. Didn't Abby tell us that she would leave it open?
I bet Akira just closed it. That sneaky little witch.
Geesh, looks like I'm going to have to turn the wheel again. Is there going to be someone there dead? Someone's there dead! Oh, no they're not. Huh? What's going on over there?
Akira and Giselle, what are they doing?
There's something strange going on. Young lady, are you alright? Hey, what's the matter? Did something happen? Akira is pale as a sheet and her eyes can't seem to focus. It appears that a person has collapsed in the corridor ahead of us. But it's not a person anymore. Not a person. Scottish? Any better? Akira is muttering to herself. Something strange is going on. The corridor ahead of us, so the corridor behind this door. If you open the door, steel yourself. It's a horrific sight. Thanks for the advice, I'll keep that in mind. I leave Akira and reach for the wheel. There's something strange about all of this. I should be on my guard. Nico, if you're scared, stay back. I don't know what we might encounter behind this door.
I'm scared. Could quickly open the door before I change my mind.
You're very brave. Alright, let's do this. I'm opening the door. As soon as I open the door, a terrible stench enters my nostrils. The corridor is filled with smoke, stinging my eyes. The smoke that obscures the corridor dissipates, revealing a gruesome sight. Is that Thomas? Who is that? Is that Thomas? Ugh. That man has been burnt all over. He isn't breathing anymore. His face has been severely burned, but judging from his outfit and heavy physique, this could be Thomas. The cause of death was either suffocation or burning. This was undoubtedly caused by a fire. However, something is very strange. How can such an intense fire rage in this stone corridor?
You can't be serious. I don't think I can handle this.
Nico throws up with tears in her eyes. Her words sound as harsh as usual, but I think she's really reached her limit this time, and her pale cheeks tell me that she might faint at any moment.
This is more than I can handle. Having seen this, I think I've outlived my usefulness. I think I'm going to faint. Good night, Moon.
Nico mutters something with a whimpering voice, wanders off and lies down in a corridor of the stone bridge. Hey, are you alright? I can hear loud noises coming from where Nico is lying. What is that? What's going on? In that corridor? What is that?
What's that horrible smell?
Oh boy. Oh, quantum leap. This is awkward, but there may still be important evidence here. I don't want anyone disturbing the murder scene. Stand back, everyone. The murder scene just must not be disturbed until my investigation has been completed. Okay? I'm a detective, by the way. Disturb the murder scene? What gives you the authority to say these things, Higgins? Get out of my way! Why on earth is there a dead body there? Looks like I won't be able to play this part any longer. Everyone please listen carefully. My real name is Senekida. I'm a detective from New York and I have come to this island for an investigation. As you will know, I have the legal authority to investigate and make arrests. You are to follow my instructions until the police arrive on this island. Detective? Your name is Senekida? You bastard, you faked your identity! Detective Senekida from New York? I've heard that man before. This man has ties to the Mafia and will not hesitate to use illegal means to achieve his goals. Is that true? I'm certain I've seen his face in the newspaper, I'm sure of it. So you're a bad guy after all. In any case, I've disclosed my identity. It doesn't matter if I'm good or bad. I'm still a licensed detective. You're obliged to obey my orders on this island. As if I'd obey your orders. Alex, you better quit that hostile attitude right now. If you know what's good for you. Could you look after Nico? Nico? Alex glares at me, daggers coming out of his eyes. Still, he rushes to Naniko and helps her sit up. Riel, could you come here? I'm sorry to drag you into this, but I need your expertise. I'm an internist, but I guess this is not the time of semantics. Alright, Mr. Ikeda. Riel, are you ready? Just know that I can only give you my medical opinion. Don't expect anything else from me. That's all I need. Alright, let's get this show on the road. The burns on his face appear to be especially severe. There appears to be several second-degree and third-degree burns. However, there's a little there is little soot in the mouth, and no edema. There seems to be almost no airway burns. Do you mean he lost consciousness before the fire reached his throat? He was probably in a state of shock rather than losing consciousness due to a lack of oxygen. In any case, his airways have not been burnt. I see. Huh? Thomas's wallet. There's something in it. I have something to tell you. Return to your room 5 minutes after everyone has gathered for lunch. We will talk about this there, Sir Raymond. Although some parts have been burnt, I can still make it out. It's a simple message. Looks like someone wanted to kill Thomas. They lured him here with this note. Sir Raymond may have been the killer, or someone else. The burns on his arms appear to be particularly severe. They're all third-degree burns. Some doctors would even describe them as fourth-degree burns. Some parts of the skin appear to be completely charred. His arms are bent in a strange way. They look like that because of the heat deformed the muscle protein. For example, raw meat shrinks when you grill it, right? Same thing. Gross. That's good to know. I really like steak a lot more now. Just says, this vase is broken. Did it fall when he caught fire? Ah, that flower vase. They were very lovely flowers. The burns on his legs are particularly bad. All skin colour is gone. They're almost charred. This wouldn't have happened only because his clothes caught fire. It's as if he committed suicide by burning himself to death. The fact that the degrees of burns vary by body part also bothers me. Oh, that's me. Wrong voice. The top of his trousers are relatively unburnt, but I can't find any evidence in his pockets. What else are we looking at? His clothes are also burnt quite badly. Were they made of flammable material? They appear to be terribly burnt. Even if so, they shouldn't have caught fire like that. A flammable liquid must have poured on them. But they don't smell like gasoline. Then why did his clothes burn like that? They've been burnt to a crisp. There's almost nothing left of them. I wonder where such a severe fire could have come from. It's certainly strange. It makes me want to turn my face away. I believe that he lost consciousness and did not suffer. Anything else? I should look elsewhere. Burns on his legs. Could the violent fire have started from below? I need to keep my head on straight. Let's keep my head on straight. Thomas. 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 Then why did his clothes burn like that? Why did his burns clothes like that? What am I supposed to be clicking on here? Thomas. What am I missing here? Try again. Look elsewhere. Thomas. Thomas. Eyes. Thomas. Head. Thomas. I feel like I've... There's also something else here. Jesus Christ, okay. It should have, like, ticks. That's what I'm missing. We need the ticks. Oh! Similar to the Quarantine Level 2 card we found. Quarantine Level 3. It's the same kind of card as the one Roy Higgins had. Unfortunately, it appears that the fire badly damaged the IC chip. It's probably not usable anywhere, or anymore. Quarantine level. I have a bad feeling about this. Does this mean there's such a place on this island? What could be hidden there? Huh? A quarantine zone. Do I click this again? No. Oh, there we go. I think I've been able to make sense of the situation. Let's put all of these facts together. First, the cause of death. How did he die? Asphyxiation or shock from the burns? It has to be one of the two. The burns are particularly severe on the arms and legs, but relatively minor on his face and the rest of his body. Basically, it's a full body burn, but not the same degree in all places. There are no fire traces in this corridor, and there's nothing here that can cause burns. That's really a mystery, isn't it? How could he catch fire in a stone passage? Did he really get burnt here, or was he moved here afterwards? I don't think that happened. Judging from the burn marks, severity, and the absence of airway burns, he could have only been moved a few inches. I see. And because he's extremely heavy, it's also unlikely that he was carried here. No need to burn him after he's been literally burned. Roasted. Boom, roasted. The mystery deepens. How could Thomas have suffered such burns here? It's almost as if someone used a flamethrower on him. It's certainly strange. Burnt to death somewhere without fire. At any rate, considering everything, this is unlikely to have been an accident. There's no fire in this area, and a lightning strike could not have caused this. Lightning couldn't have done this. Intense flames definitely caused this. We also have to consider that this was a suicide. We don't know the reason why he killed himself, but it could be a suicide. He could have committed suicide by dosing himself with gasoline. You could have put that as one sentence. What about this letter? Someone lured Thomas here. So with that in mind, we can narrow this down to one explanation. This is a murder. Murder? I can't believe it. Who would do such a thing? And why? Who did this? Why and how? Those are the questions. And I'll have to find the answers. If the killer is not found, then... In any case, this has become a very dangerous situation. We all should be careful. Whoever killed Thomas is definitely still on the island. What the? I immediately look around, startling Real, who is standing next to me. Where is that voice coming from? What? Thomas is still alive. He's breathing again. How? How can he still be alive? He wasn't breathing at all. Riel's face turns pale and she backs away. I turn my eyes towards Riel. Even if a miracle happened, Thomas can't survive in this condition. I look at Riel trying to get an answer. Riel, with an expression of fear on her face, replies to me by shaking her head. I approach Thomas. Hey, Thomas. Don't worry, the burns are not as bad as you think. But you should rest. We'll get to the bottom of this. Thomas mutters with a voice that sounds like someone's last breath. Encouragement. Encouragement. His stammering sounds delirious. I hold my ear next to his mouth. But that's all I can hear. What was it that you could hear? Encouragement. All that remains is a faint breathing sound. He eventually stops breathing. A few moments later, Riel checks Thomas's pupillary reflexes. She tries to check his breathing and pulse, but eventually she meets my gaze. He's gone. For real this time. I'm so sorry. I should have checked him more thoroughly. I jumped to conclusions too quickly. I thought there was no way he could still have been alive. You did a good job, Riel. Everyone would have assumed the same in this situation. Thomas was no longer breathing when I arrived, and I also thought that he was already dead. Don't let it get to you. Thanks for trying to make me feel better, but I still failed. As a doctor. After a short moment of silence, the other side of the door becomes noisy. Did something happen? Is everybody alright? Vincent and Abby show up. They sure took their sweet time. I explain the situation to Vincent. And that's what happened. Since this has happened, I'd like you to let me use a communication device to make contact with the mainland. I understand. There's a long-distance transmitter in the mansion. I'll take you there. All the way back on the left side is our communication room. In there, you can communicate with Alaska through Unalaska. What? Looks like someone is already a step ahead of us. The equipment has been destroyed beyond repair. But this is strange. How were they able to destroy it without anyone noticing? I have a bad feeling about this. Vincent, is there any other communication equipment? Unfortunately, there is not, sir. This is the only communication equipment in Louis Assoche. However, it will be possible to communicate when the ship returns. Which means I cannot make any contact until then. I need to find out who destroyed this transmitter. Vincent, when was the last time you saw it in working order? Have you heard any suspicious sounds in here? I checked the transmitter shortly after everyone arrived on the island. I used it to communicate with the ship. I do not recall hearing any strange noises in here. After we arrived, this means that anyone could have destroyed it if they didn't care about the risk of being found. Pardon my interruption, but I just discovered that the glass on the back door has been broken. Could it be that whoever destroyed the transmitter also broke the glass? The glass on the back door? Abby, could you take me there, please? Certainly. This way. As Abby said, the glass on the back door had been broken. Did someone smash the glass to open the door? It's a bit strange, though. Would anyone be foolish enough to trespass on this isolated island? Even if anyone would trespass, what does this mean? Abby, are there any places on this island where someone could be hiding? There's a cabin near the port. I can't think of anywhere beside the cabin that is more safe from the harsh weather. If there's a trespasser, what could their intentions be? I really don't know. In any case, I'd like to meet Sir Raymond and discuss this with him. Would that be possible? Our master. That is... I'll take you to his room. However, I do not know if he will be there. That's fine. Please show the way. Very well. Please follow me. You'll find an elevator on your right. It will take you to the upper floors. Sir Raymond's living quarters are on the 4th floor. Considering what's happened, why hasn't Sir Raymond shown himself yet? He's a rather fickle person. He's not unusual. It is not unusual for him to disappear like this. Even if he does disappear, this is a solitary island in the middle of the ocean, so he has to be somewhere in this mansion. I'd really like to meet him. Up we go. So, this is the 4th floor. There's a plain door across from the elevator. Vincent approaches it and knocks. Master, one of the guests would like to have a word. There's something he would like to discuss with you. Sir Raymond, my name is Senekida. I came to this island on behalf of Roy Higgins. Earlier today, a person died in the corridor of the guest building. Considering the circumstances, I believe that he was murdered. I would like to discuss this with you. However, there's no response. I listen at the door, trying to detect signs of life. However, either Sir Raymond is holding his breath or he's simply not there. The door looks simple at first glance, but on closer inspection I notice that it's been made of steel. There's a keycard reader beside the old-fashioned door, which seems out of place. The room appears to be well protected. Sir Raymond doesn't appear to be here, but I can't just search his living quarters. Vincent, could you please let me know the moment you see Sir Raymond or hear from him? Certainly. Why is Sir Raymond hiding? Could Sir Raymond have lured Thomas with that letter and then killed him? That'd be a rather bad situation. There might be many other enemies in this mansion as well. I should be careful. I can't trust the mansion's staff either. Curious. Look at Jacob looking at me. It's completely dark outside. Even the Bering Sea that can normally be seen from the dining hall is not visible. At least everyone was able to eat their food. Our main dish is sautéed fish. Or it looks like people ate their food. A bright sauce has been used to obscure the charring of the fish, perhaps to avoid any associations with the burned body. After what happened today, I doubt anyone will have an appetite for beef for the foreseeable future. By the way, I heard that a lot of dolphins were recently washed on the beach in Florida. Scottish? First I've heard of that, about that. First I've heard about that. Wow, really? That reminds me, I once petted a dolphin at an event. Ha! Nobody seems to be very interested in eating, even though the main dish has been served. They're all making small talk, just scraping their plates with their cutlery. I get occasional glances. I guess I know what everyone is thinking. And we're going to find out next on Borderland Games exactly what everyone is thinking. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Return to Shironagasu Island. I think that's how you say it. Have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.